Welcome to the 3BN YouTube channel. This is where books come alive. I am Nelly Atari, your narrator. We have been looking at the book, The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives. And guess what? We are in chapter 10. To me, we've come a long way. I don't know about you, but yeah, chapter 10. That's a lot of reading we've done. And in the last episode, we talked about chapter 9 and we really saw Iyatope was taking us down memory lane, and we really saw that, man, these wives do have secrets. They do. Today we're going to be looking at chapter 10, and the title is Rogue. I know, spooky. So let's see how it goes. Here we go. In the 2 years I've been living in Baba Segi's house, he has never apologized for his mistakes. He makes peace his own way, and it involves tattered brown envelopes bursting with 50 naira notes. Frost beneath doors at dawn. I've been ruffled by the red thread incident, and I could think of no better way to calm myself than to spend the day at Dugbe Market. I walked the length of Dugbe Market, then decided to visit the brick-a-brick store around lunchtime. My intention was to buy something really ostentatious, like a copper plate, but when I got there, I found neither bell nor bell ringer. "You better keep working," the woman who stood with her back to me warned. "The police might be watching from afar to see who comes looking for him. Keep walking. We are talking about stolen property, you know." The woman was unpacking cheap aluminum pans and cutting up cardboard boxes with a giant pair of tailor's scissors. She didn't turn around to face me. I wondered if she was addressing someone else. "Sorry to disturb you, but I'm looking for the man who sells imported tableware. Move closer to my stall. Didn't you hear me? He has been arrested. Yesterday, a rich man came to buy some plates. When he got to your friend's store, he immediately called the police. It turns out some of the plates on sale were his very own. Within minutes, your dish seller and his stolen wares were bundled behind the counter at the police station." "You mean all the crockery was stolen?" "But he said they were imported by Italian merchants." "Italian merchants, girl." The woman burst into laughter. She clutched her enormous breast before doubling herself over, as if she feared gravity would lug them off her chest. When she sat up straight, there were tears streaming down her face. "My sister, you make me laugh. Did you expect him to say he got the plates from so-and-so's house? Or maybe you expected him to give you the address they were stolen from?" "My dear, he confessed within minutes. He didn't even wait for the sergeant's third slap." "Sister, the sun is high. Go your way. You are blocking my store. Unless, of course, you want to buy pots. Mind you, these ones are made in Nigeria." "Oh." No, thank you." I shuffled along with the ebb of evening buyers. I felt like a stupid fool, but more than that, I felt like an accomplice. Home as soon as I could, wondering what to do with the bowls. Apart from the fact that their splendor now seemed iniquitous, they were evidence, stolen goods, and I knew I had to dispose of them. The bats on their daily pilgrimage, the sky was awash with them. As a child, I'd always marveled at their fluidity, how, like dirty water, they poured onto the graying sky in organized chaos. A chosen few dropping to the flanks, floating a while before rejoining the rest of the cloud. "Why do bats travel at dusk?" I once asked Mama. "Because they are witch birds. Witches fly at dusk." This was not a satisfying answer for a 9-year-old. But how can a bat be a witch? "Because they hang upside down. If you hang upside down, what will happen to you?" "Would I die?" I asked. The good beans dropped through my fingers into the bad beans pile. "Of course you would, but they wouldn't. They can sleep upside down because they have evil powers. Stop talking and sort the beans, Bolanle. We have to finish quickly. The landlord's wife wants us to grant them as well." She whispered. "It's her husband's birthday tomorrow." "Can we go? I want to see the cake. Lara found some in a plastic bag last year." "Did she eat it?" Mama's hand stopped moving and crept to her waist. Her jaw stopped too, which was a bad sign because she never completely swallowed her bitter cola. She always swallowed the diminishing nugget around her mouth. "No." "Yes." I knew I had said too much. Mama forbade us from scavenging. "Will you children never learn?" Mama turned to her left and then her right as if she was addressing an invisible audience. Look at me, sorting beans here. Do you think I don't have better things to do? I agreed to pick these stupid beans to secure the roof over your head. So, madam, we will not tell our husband that I am unhelpful. So our children will not see my children carrying their belongings out on their heads like wretches after they have served us a notice. I know, Mama. She wasn't finished. She tucked her hair into the black hairnet and pulled her right earlobe in my direction to indicate that I should open my ears to their full capacity. I don't want to see you going there begging for food. If your father wants to go there, lick their bottoms and beg for beer, let him. I am not bringing my children up to be beggars. I'm working myself to death because I want you and that glutton sister of yours to own houses and cars. I'm bringing you up to be able-bodied women who will fight for prosperity and win. No one enjoys success if they do not work hard for it. I hear you, Mama. Still, she wasn't finished. Will the taste of cake improve your lot in life? Is it nourishing? Mama also asked ridiculous rhetorical questions when she was annoyed. The problem was that they required concrete monosyllabic answers. Mama lifted her hips off the stool. I knew there was more trouble to come from the look on her face. Her features had become pinched and distorted with anger. Let me go and find that Lara. She will hear it from me today. Why must she follow her long throat wherever it beckons? And was she not supposed to help us sort these stupid beans? Where is she now? Lara! Omo Lara! She bellowed. A few moments later, I heard Lara screaming. Mama had yanked her from the mattress she was curled up on, pulled her outside by her ear, all the time slapping her over her head, a slap for every syllable. You are a lazy girl. You will marry a glutton like you. Why is it always you? Why can't you be like your sister? Through tears, she glared at me, her large 7-year-old eyes full of malice. I could only stare back. My eyes were also brimming with tears. Lara did not speak to me for 3 weeks. When I entered the room, she walked out. When we were forced to sit together, she made sure our legs didn't brush against each other. It took 6 balls of akara to appease her. And even then, when I handed them to her, she just wolfed them down without saying so much as thank you. As soon as I got home, I ran to my bedroom and pulled on a pair of one jeans. I forced my arm under my bed and pulled out an old cardboard box. Then, one by one, I knelt before my stack of crockery and crushed them against each other. The long honeymoon tried to flee my fingers when I gripped under the bed for it. I threw it into the box. I gathered all the mementos I'd kept over the years. The single earring that Shegun the landlord's son had given me when I turned 18. Just wear it like a pendant, he said. In went the hairpiece Baba Segi said looks like a hostel. All the love letters I had written to myself were the sort I would have liked to receive. I tore up every one and sprinkled the pieces around the box like confetti. When I was finished, I hauled the box onto the top of my head. It was heavier than I had thought it would be, but I learned to enjoy that sensation of my back disappearing into my shoulders. Years before, Lara and I had been forced to fetch buckets of water from a nearby well because the landlord had complained that the human traffic to the borehole on his property unnerved him. When the cold water splashed over our shoulders as we trudged home, we cursed the water corporation that denied us tap water in the first place. I heaved past the other wives in the sitting room. They stared at me and then at one another in puzzlement. I pretended not to see them and marched ahead to the desolate spot in the backyard where the old drum was. Charred pits of metal and metal plastic had been pushed into the ground by rainfall protruded from the earth like gravestones. The ground around was scattered, the stones discolored by soot. I eased the cardboard box onto the ground with a clatter and gave the blue keg a generous jiggle. The liquid trickled from paper to pottery and immediately the air around the box distorted the patterns on the crockery. It took only 2 matches to set the box alight. I stood there and watched the fire cremate my past, even when the heat drew sweat from my face. When the fire died, I gathered scattered shards, dug a hole in the warm soil, and buried them. Back in my bedroom, I surveyed the open spaces that rolled out before me. Now, there would be a room for a cot, I thought. And that's the end of chapter 10. Did you see that last thought? She said, now there would be room for a cot, right? Her room had all of this crockery, all of these like ornaments and monuments that she was gathering from her past, even when she had not come to Baba Segi's house. But she felt, well, she has released this thing, so maybe there'll be a space for a cot now and God will give her a child. Okay, so this is how chapter 10 ends. We have seen that Bolanle took us a little into our past, our childhood with her mom and her sister, and tried to juxtapose it with what was happening today to her at that time in her room, where she was trying to get rid of all of the evidence in quotes that she's an accomplice to a seller who stole goods and sold stolen goods to her. She felt like an accomplice, so she needed to, how you have this bad secret and you feel like when you get rid of the thing or the object that reminds you of it, then you just wash yourself off. I think that's what she was doing. So maybe we can say she was being therapeutic, right? But anyways, so this is how we end chapter 10. Do well to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button so you can know when we have new chapters up, and you will be in tune with the story just like that. Like, share, please give us your comments. What do you think? Are you enjoying the story? Is that something that you have loved that Bolanle did, or even from previous chapters that you have seen? Leave us a comment. We would like to hear from you. Thank you. This is the 3BN Creations YouTube channel, and I am Nelia Tara, your narrator. See you next time.